Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're preparing for the IELTS speaking test and aiming for a band 9, you're in the right place. In today's video, we'll go through a full IELTS speaking mock test on the topic food, which is one of the most common topics in the real exam. You'll hear band 9 sample answers for parts 1, 2, and 3 with detailed explanations and high-scoring tips to help you sound confident and natural. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your IELTS friends. And don't forget to comment below if you want me to make more full tests like this on topics such as travel, technology, or work. Alright, let's get started. Host explains. Part 1 is the introduction and personal questions section. It usually lasts around 4 to 5 minutes. The examiner will ask simple questions about your personal experiences, like your hobbies, food preferences, or daily routines. Give answers that are slightly extended to 2-3 sentences. Don't just answer. Explain and give examples. Use descriptive language and show enthusiasm. Avoid memorized phrases. Sound natural and relaxed. Let's start with a few common questions about food. What's your favorite meal?
My favorite meal has to be breakfast, especially when I have time to enjoy it on weekends. I usually prepare something simple but delicious, like avocado toast with poached eggs and a cup of freshly brewed coffee. I find it refreshing and energizing, a perfect way to start my day. I love breakfast because it sets the tone for the whole day. On weekdays, I often rush and grab something quick, but during weekends, I take my time and sometimes even cook pancakes or omelettes. Sharing breakfast with my family makes it even more special. It feels comforting and homely.
Do you prefer eating at home or dining out?
I enjoy both, but if I had to choose, I'd say I prefer eating at home. When I cook, I know exactly what ingredients I'm using, and I can adjust the flavors to my liking. Cooking is actually a way for me to relax and express creativity. That said, dining out is a nice treat once in a while, especially when trying new cuisines or celebrating special occasions. I think a balance between home-cooked meals and eating out is the healthiest and most enjoyable approach.
What kind of food is popular in your country?
In my country, Korean cuisine is very popular, especially dishes like kimchi, bibimbap, and Korean barbecue. People love the balance of spicy, sweet, and savory flavors. Recently, there's also been a growing interest in international food like Italian pasta and Japanese sushi. I think this change reflects how globalized our eating habits have become. Even traditional dishes are now being given a modern twist to suit younger generations' tastes.
Do you often try new kinds of food?
Yes, I love exploring different cuisines, especially international dishes. For instance, last month I tried Thai green curry for the first time. It was spicy, fragrant, and absolutely delicious. I think trying new foods broadens my horizons and gives me a better understanding of other cultures. I also enjoy cooking international recipes at home. It's exciting to experiment with flavors, herbs, and spices that I wouldn't normally use in traditional dishes. Overall, I feel that trying new foods is both fun and educational.
What kind of food is popular in your country?
In my country, traditional Korean dishes like kimchi, bibimbap, and Korean barbecue are extremely popular. People love the balance of spicy, sweet, and savory flavors. Recently, international cuisines such as sushi, pizza, and pasta have also become trendy, particularly among younger generations. This reflects how globalization has influenced eating habits. While people still value traditional foods, they are also open to experimenting with foreign flavors. It's fascinating to see the blend of old and new culinary styles in modern dining.
Do you enjoy cooking?
Yes, cooking is one of my favorite hobbies. I enjoy the process of preparing ingredients, experimenting with new flavors, and presenting the dishes beautifully. Cooking is not only relaxing, but also gives me a sense of accomplishment. For example, I recently tried making homemade sushi. It was challenging at first, but seeing the final result and sharing it with my family made it incredibly rewarding. I believe cooking also helps me develop creativity and patience.
Do you think people eat too much fast food these days?
Yes, I think fast food has become extremely common, especially for busy people or students. While it's convenient and tasty, relying on it too often can be harmful due to high levels of sugar, salt, and fat. However, I notice a growing trend of healthier fast food options, such as salads, wraps, and plant-based burgers. So while fast food is still popular, people are becoming more conscious of making better choices.
Now, let's move on to part 2, the cue card section. You'll be given a topic card and 1 minute to prepare your ideas. Then you need to speak for 1 to 2 minutes without interruption. Use the preparation minute wisely. Jot down key ideas, not full sentences. Structure your answer. Introduction, details, feelings, conclusion. Include descriptive details, taste, smell, atmosphere. Use expressions like what made it memorable was, I'll never forget that meal, because let's look at today's cue card. Describe a special meal you enjoyed. You should say when it was, where you had it, who you were with, and explain why it was special.
One of the most special meals I've ever had was a family dinner we had last New Year's Eve. We went to a traditional Korean restaurant in Seoul, and the atmosphere was warm, cozy, and festive. The table was filled with all sorts of dishes. Grilled beef, spicy rice cakes, seafood pancakes, and of course, kimchi. The aroma alone was enough to make my mouth water. What made it truly memorable was the feeling of togetherness. My whole family was there. My parents, grandparents, and even my cousins who live abroad. We don't get to see each other often, so it was a rare occasion to sit together, share food, and talk about our memories. Apart from the delicious food, what I loved most was the laughter and happiness that filled the room. It reminded me that food is not just about eating. It's about connecting with people you love. That meal was both emotionally satisfying and a beautiful way to start the new year.
Part 3 focuses on broader ideas and opinions. The examiner wants to see your ability to discuss complex issues related to food and culture. Develop your answer in 2 parts. Opinion plus example or reasoning. Compare the past and present. Use high-level vocabulary, nutrition, globalization, dietary habits, sustainability. Speak confidently. This part is about ideas, not personal stories. Let's move on to the discussion questions. How are eating habits changing in your country?
Eating habits in my country have changed dramatically over the past few decades. In the past, people used to eat mainly traditional homemade meals with fresh, locally grown ingredients. However, with the rise of globalization and busy lifestyles, fast food and processed meals have become much more common. Nowadays, younger people often eat out or order delivery because it's faster and more convenient. At the same time, there's also a growing trend toward healthy and organic food, as people are becoming more aware of nutrition and fitness. I think this shift shows how modern life is influencing our diet. We're moving away from traditional routines, but also learning to make smarter, more health-conscious choices.
Do you think people are becoming more health-conscious about what they eat?
Yes, definitely. Compared to the past, people are far more informed about the impact of diet on health. Social media and documentaries about food have raised awareness of issues like obesity, diabetes, and processed ingredients. Many people now read food labels, track their calorie intake, and try to include more fruits, vegetables, and plant-based meals in their diet. Even restaurants are adapting by offering low-fat, gluten-free, or vegan options. I think this trend will continue as people realize that good food choices lead to better long-term health.
How important is traditional food in your culture?
Traditional food plays a vital role in my culture. It's not just about taste. It's about heritage, identity, and community. Every traditional dish has a story behind it, often connected to history, geography, or family traditions. For example, during Korean holidays like Chuseok, we prepare special dishes like songpyeon, rice cakes, that symbolize gratitude and togetherness. Even though modern lifestyles have changed our eating habits, Most people still value traditional meals because they bring comfort and remind us of our roots. I believe preserving these food traditions helps maintain cultural unity.
How important is traditional food in your culture?
Traditional food is extremely important as it reflects culture, history, and identity. For example, during Korean holidays like Chuseok, we prepare special dishes such as songpyeon, rice cakes, that symbolize family and gratitude. Even though modern lifestyles have introduced more convenience foods, traditional meals are still cherished because they connect people with their roots and heritage. It's a way of preserving cultural values across generations.
Are there any negative effects of modern eating habits?
Yes, modern eating habits can have drawbacks. Processed foods and fast meals are high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats, which can lead to health issues like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Moreover, reliance on convenience foods can reduce family meals and social bonding. However, awareness of these issues is increasing, and many people try to balance convenience with healthier home-cooked meals.
Do you think people will continue to eat traditional food in the future?
I believe traditional food will continue to be important, though it may evolve. Younger generations might prefer lighter, modernized versions of classic dishes, while older generations maintain traditional recipes. Overall, traditional food represents identity, culture, and family values, so it will likely remain a central part of life even as eating habits modernize.
Alright, that's the end of our IELTS Speaking mock test on the topic food. Today, we covered Part 1, personal questions about your favorite meals. Part 2, a special meal you enjoyed. Part 3, how eating habits are changing. To get band 9, remember to speak naturally and confidently. Include personal examples and reflections. Use rich, descriptive vocabulary. Organize your ideas logically. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your IELTS study partners. And comment below which topic you'd like next. Maybe health, environment, or travel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next mock test video.